sat down with my good coaching friend Brianna Wilkerson and Anya Perry, who are the hosts of the upcoming Healthy New Year Summit, where I will be doing a talk on raw veganism for weight loss. There are going to be a lot of other great speakers sharing some great tips during the 7-day summit designed to empower women to reset their healthy habits and learn to thrive through this pandemic. They will be talking about nutrition, exercise, stress management, and sleep, digestion, toxic load, mindset, and habits, all of the things. And there will be prize giveaways, which are always fun. Brianna has been on the Raw Food Health Empowerment podcast before, but for those of you who have not met her yet, she's the founder and CEO of Madewell 345 and an essential oils advocate for doTERRA essential oils. You'll notice the essential oils and diffusers in the background, which I got from her and is keeping me happy and sane during these tumultuous times. She helps women use essential oils as non-toxic solutions for their health, home, and family. Then we have Anya Perry, Brianna's co-host for the summit. She supports stressed out high achievers to unlock the next level of performance in their wellness, life, and happiness. She's a primal health coach, which you'll learn more about on this episode, a U.S. weightlifting and CrossFit Level 1 coach, and as well as the founder of the Habit Queen podcast. Thank you so much, Anya and Brianna, for being on the podcast today.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, we're so excited.
Yeah, I'm super excited about this summit, and we're going to be talking about that later today. But first, Anya, you've never been on the podcast before, so I wanted to hear a little bit more about your journey. Like, how did you get started in health coaching?
Yeah, and I'm so honored to be here and share my story. I started health coaching about almost 9 years ago. And my story starts in Russia, where I was born and where I lived quite an unhealthy lifestyle. Part of it was I was a musician in the past. I was a jazz musician. I was hanging out at jazz clubs with guys and smoking and sometimes drinking, eating sugar. And I had a lot of body image issues, a lot of insecurities back then because of my upbringing and the environment I was in. And at some point, when I moved to the United States, the host family asked me, "Hey, you can move here, but you need to quit smoking." And that triggered another change in me. When I came here, I decided to eat healthier. I decided to start partying with perfectionism that was bothering me so much. And long story short, in 2016, and I started coaching people because my journey was my transformation was so dramatic that people started asking me, "What did you do? How did you lose those 15 pounds that bothered you? How did you become more confident? You're running now. What are you doing?" So I started coaching friends and family in 2016. I got certified as a primal health coach and then added a bunch of other dimensions to my coaching business. And that's pretty much brings me where I am. And currently I'm focusing more on performance and mindset coaching.
Cool. Could you explain what primal coaching is?
Yeah, and it's Primal Health Coach Institute. It's an organization that accredits coaches and certifies them,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an ancestral school of thought. Basically, if you ever hear of words paleo, primal, keto, ancestral, this is basically just the ancestral approach to health. Uh, on focused on eating real food, moving your body, taking care of your aspects of your lifestyle.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting. Because when you say ancestral, then I start thinking like whose ancestry and all this stuff. So that's a whole podcast within itself, which is interesting. I must say that I've been noticing Primal Foods, I think is the brand. They have
Mhm.
like ketchups and different things on the shelves, which I really appreciate because the vegan primal stuff is really clean. Like the
Yes.
ingredients are
Yeah.
super clean. So I really appreciate them bringing that to the market. Brianna, I'm not sure if I ever even asked you before, like about your journey, like why you became a health coach.
I don't know. Maybe we've probably talked about it many times, but maybe I don't know if it's on the podcast. But
Yeah.
yeah, similar to Anya, I think just growing up, just having I actually wouldn't say I had a poor body image. I just wasn't healthy, and it wasn't necessarily something that I knew until I started to get healthy. And so I started playing sports in high school. And from that point on, I just started to eat differently because you're doing all of this output. I just started to think about what am I putting input. But I started to lose weight, and then I started to get affirmed for that weight loss. And so as a young high school girl, I started to think, okay, um, like less weight, smaller equals more attention, more affirmation, more love. And so from that
Mhm.
point on, I just kind of kept on that cycle. A huge hurricane hit the Cayman Islands where I'm from. That just caused a lot of change in my life. And I wanted to control something after that. So I decided I'm going to just eat very little and exercise a lot. And so I just became very unhealthy for my body structure. And luckily I have great people in my life that, just pointed me to some good resources. But at the time, even though I was recommended for that, I see a child psychologist because it wasn't about the food, it was about everything else going on. I just said, I'll be fine, just gain a little weight, everyone will be happy. And that wasn't the case actually, because later, fast forward to the end of high school, I was just really stressed with school, and I started to go through food for comfort. So I gained back all of that weight, tons of shame, tons of guilt. And that is when the dieting cycle for me really started, just trying to choose a diet to quickly fix this discontent I had with myself and my body, and just trying to find my worth in all these things. And for me, then I really reconnected with my faith in college, which just really just made me take a good look at, like, Brianna, what are you finding your worth in? Your worth is not in your weight. It's not in your work. It's not in what you do. You need to kind of reassess this. And so from that point on, I just started to say, okay, I really got to take care of myself slowly and sustainably. So it was like one step at a time. I wasn't even trying to lose weight at this point. It was just, I just want to love myself and my body and my overall holistic health. So
Mhm.
yeah, I lost weight, and then I just quickly on knew that I wasn't the only one that struggled with these same struggles. So I went to Health Institute, we same school, Institute for
Yeah.
Health Coaching, and from that point on, I've just been seeing clients doing the work for about 5 years. We were in the same class, right? So about 5 years for you too. 5, 6
Mhm.
years.
Mhm.
Crazy.
Yep. It's been, I know. And I see a lot of the stuff you put out about dieting cycle and emotional
Mhm.
eating, and like it's starting to cement for me just even now, like how big of a problem that is really.
Mhm.
Um
Mhm.
because I never, that wasn't my personal experience,
Right.
so it's really interesting. So basically the folks that you cater to, is it just women or
Mm.
men? Like, who
Mm.
exactly do you support with your coaching?
Yeah, I would say I definitely cater more to women, and you really kind of helping women find peace with food, find peace with their body, find peace with themselves. And through that physical health transformation, as you both know, it's like a very holistic. So we start to really develop and grow the woman as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
If I had it my way, I would just want to like coach women in every part of their life, which I do sometimes. But really, we start with the body and really start coming to peace with taking care of it and finding peace with food and ditching those diets. And then, yeah, losing weight is a weight loss is something that a lot of my clients want. And we live in a space right now where certain places you shouldn't say that, like it's bad to say that you want to lose weight. I don't think anything's wrong with that. I think it's when it becomes like your god or something that you like find your worth in, then that something's bad. But nothing's
Mm-hmm.
wrong with wanting to lose a couple pounds or even more than that. So, but I really help people, similar to Anya, like looking at the mindset portion of it. Why do you want to lose weight? Is it, what are you actually going after? Really, what we're going after, most people, is to feel good in our body, to feel healthy, to feel energetic. Like that's the feeling and emotion. And weight loss will come if it's supposed to come. So, yeah, it's mainly women that I support in those areas.
I see. Cool. And Anya, with your primal coaching, it's like, are you connecting folks to their ancestry? Like, what exactly does that look like?
Not really, no, but it's basically primal health coaching and ancestral health coaching is based on the principles that how we evolved. We were not evolved to eat processed food out of a box. We
Mm-hmm.
were not evolved to wear shoes with a lot of cushioning in them. We're not evolved to run all the time on a treadmill like a bunny and cardio queen. So it's connecting yourself to the roots, like what we were eating before. We were gathering some berries. We would kill an animal and eat it for many weeks, and then we would do things like seasonal eating, which we don't do often. And it's so good. I feel like it's so good for your body during the winter. Load up on the vegetables that are seasonal and more comforting, because you do need a little bit of more cushioning around your body in the winter. And it's okay without freaking out about it that you
Mm-hmm.
gain a few pounds in the winter. So things like that. And it's connecting your sleep to the cycle of the sun, going to bed when it's the sun is going down, waking up, aligning your circadian rhythms and other aspects of your lifestyle like this.
Yeah, yeah. I like the cyclical aspect of it,
Yeah.
like changing the workouts that you're doing and the foods that you're eating based off of the seasons, how long you're sleeping, like the rest cycles. There's a lot of tweaks we can make in our
Yeah.
life to just be more in tune with the
Yeah.
seasons and what's going on, so we're
Absolutely.
not just feeling like we're just going all the time and exhausting ourselves, because that stress level, I think, is a huge factor in the whole wellness
Yeah.
conversation.
Absolutely.
So when you work with folks, are you just working with women? Are you working with both men and women, or?
I work with women mostly. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. So for both of you, you decided to focus working with women. Um, like, why? It's because obviously men have dieting issues too. And want to eat with the season. Actually, there was the guy that was it was this book, Brianna, the book that you kept talking about, Whole 30. So the woman that wrote Whole 30, I believe it's her ex-husband, he wrote a book
Mhm.
about like the seasonal diet or whatever. So I think it was him that he just really was talking about this, um living with the seasons in these different aspects of our life. And I was like, yeah, you know what, there's some truth to that. There's some really good nuggets of wisdom there. So obviously men are thinking about these issues too. Why focus on women and not include men or focus on men?
Yeah, well, for me, I mean, I have coached men in this before, and it was, quite a few men. But I think as I narrowed in down more into like exactly what I want to help with, I think the emotional eating, the relationship with your body, women finding their worth in their weight and their body, I just felt like I can give my best work and serve people the best if it's women. Now, have I coached men? Am I totally against coaching men? No, but I just think that's just my target market. So if it's a great fit, by all means, we can go ahead. But I think, yeah, just had to like kind of focus in a little bit.
Yeah, and same for me. I feel like I started coaching men at first, and then I kind of switched to women. I think men have the tendency, and if you're a man listening to this,
Mm-hmm.
no offense to you, I think they learn much faster, and they don't have the hurdles of wearing so many hats every single day in a way as women do. And in a way, I feel like they have a slightly easier time not to put such high demands and expectations on themselves. So they just get stuff done, and that's it. The list doesn't run longer for them for next day and next day. What am I supposed to do? And they don't have to be, they still can be parents and take care of the household and all of that. But I feel like women have much more pressure to perform in those areas. Plus, women, I think they have more body image issues, more sensitivities, more insecurities, and mindset blocks
Mm-hmm.
because of our upbringing and society.
Yeah, with
Yeah.
that, it kind of goes what you're saying, Anya. I think at the end of the day, Anya and I really love supporting women in the mindset area.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think just the fact that women have all those mindset blocks, like we could just talk about all that stuff all day. So I think that's probably why we in particular have narrowed down to women, is just the mindset stuff is our jam.
Mm-hmm.
We
Mm-hmm.
were just talking about how we're going to do something else with mindset, maybe a mindset summit. Who knows? Maybe a mindset summit coming up. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, because even when you were talking about your story about, how everything started for you, and it was really a mindset of like equating how you look with how people are loving you and stuff like that. That's definitely stemming from something. So that makes a lot of sense. And so you've heard all of these different approaches to health and wellness. Obviously, all of you listening and watching this, my perspective on health and healing for the body. And Brianna and Anya are coming at it from different angles and different perspectives. And all of that is going to be showcased in this summit that's coming up, the Healthy New Year Summit. So tell us about this summit and all the guests that you have coming on, and who is it for? Is it just from women as well, or like all the coaches that are going to be on there speaking just for to women?
Are hosting the summit hosted by women and for women. Again, not to eliminate or discourage anybody. I think this information is going to be valuable and really, really good for women. So we are helping women in the beginning of the year. And right now, it's a really, really good time to start focusing on your goals, freshening them up, thinking about your intentions for the year. And we are hosting it at the end of January to help people who start sort of deviating and straying from this path of on their goals to get more reinsurance, to provide information, those sound bites by talented experts in so many different fields. We have someone who is going to be talking in almost in carnivore terms, which is
Mhm.
different from you, Samantha, is going to talk about, you're going to talk about, right? And we bring in those experts to give women actionable steps to take care of themselves. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, for sure. Did you want to add something, Brianna?
Yeah, I mean, this is our fifth summit. We've done this is our third together, and then we've done two separate. And I think we just love. There's just nothing like this synergistic party where you have all of these women who their whole mission in their business and in life is to see other people be healthy and be well.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're coming in with different ideas, different perspectives, different thoughts, different resources. And our goal is not that people listening or watching are going to leave with trying to apply everything. Our goal is that they're going to leave like really connecting with one or two people and saying, hey, I'm going to go try to do that right now.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, there's this free live summit. But then, if you, I don't know about you guys, but I am not going to watch a whole summit in a whole week. I just have so much going on. So I like to actually purchase these so I can go back and refer to it later. So we are going to be selling it just in case people want to grab the resources, watch these talks later. But yeah, I think some of the pain points, what we've recognized that women really struggle with is, as Anya was talking about, just like the different mindset issues. I mean, we have topics around, raw veganism. We have thyroid health. We even have like productivity and time management, because you can be setting all these goals and then you have no idea how you're going to get any of it done or how to prioritize it, right? We have women talking about just decision making, because I don't know about you, I can suffer from decision fatigue. Just like, should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? And just, we have Emily's just going to be really talking about, what, let's just process that. So it is physical health and nutrition, exercise, stress, sleep, but it also is a lot of stuff around just how do you be well in all areas of your life as well. And so we're excited. We're like nearly done everything for it, and we've watched talks, we've listened, and every single time we do something like this, or we look at a graphic we create, or we're just like, this is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
We want everyone to know about it. And obviously it's a lot of work, but we do it because it's just such a gift to us and a gift to the speakers and a gift to those participating.
Yeah, and I would want to add to that, because there's a variety of people approaching health and wellness from different perspectives. um I really love that as a first step engagement for folks that are starting their journey, or even if you're further along, because I know me personally, yes, I'm a certified coach. I've been in the wellness industry for 10 years. I go to all these summits, that are of interest to me and that I feel like the information could be useful to my clients, because I want to hear what people have to say. There are folks like Jason Fung, for example, Dr. William Davis, these folks who we're not necessarily saying the exact same things about what to eat to be healthy, but there's nuggets of wisdom in what they have to say. So I feel like when you listen to the summit, you'll learn something that resonates, and if something resonates with you, go and try it. Ultimately, at the end of the day, the more whole foods you're eating, the less processed foods you're eating, the more clear your mind could be, the more holistic your approach to health, the healthier you're going to be. I even noticed on there too, someone's talking about face yoga, which, yes, I'm excited to learn about that. Yeah. The only face yoga I do is consistent smiling, and I think it does a really good job at eliminating wrinkles. I don't know what you guys think, but I
I
think
think
I
so.
think it's
Same.
so I'm excited to learn about that.
Yeah.
So, how will people find out about this summit to join? What's the link? Where should people go?
Well, we've given each speaker their individual link. And so you have a link, Samantha, and then people could just, whether it's through this podcast or in your email or And yeah, that's where you can sign up for the free summit. And you can also purchase the summit. Once you sign up, there'll be a link there to just say, hey, if you want to actually get lifetime access to this. And there's an early bird price for that too. If you purchase before the summit, you'll get a cheaper price and a workbook and a lot of other giveaways. So yeah, I mean, just check out the show notes, guys, and sign up.
Yes,
Yes.
for
And we're
sure.
going to
It
be
will be
doing
in the
a
show
lot.
notes.
We're going to be doing a lot of stuff to like really help women guide to get the most out of their experience. So we're going to do a live event to how can you prepare for the summit and, you know, watch the talks that suit you best. There's a Facebook group. So there's going to be a lot of great ways to be supported even as you watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to add, we're going to shout from the rooftops about the summit for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We're super excited. So, and I think every summit we add something new, we add something better, we improve, we get feedback from the participants. And I think this one is going to be probably our best summit. I'm not afraid to say it.
Yeah. And I believe there's a Facebook group associated with it so folks can debrief and talk about what they've been hearing. You know, I'm looking forward to some riveting conversations in the group about all the things because we know when with the nutrition world, there's a lot to discuss and debate. With the health and wellness things, there's a lot to flesh out because a lot of times people are saying do XYZ, but it's like, how? I have all this stuff going on, all this stuff is going on in the world. I'm so distracted, I'm so stressed out, you know? So, really integrating your learning in the Facebook group, I think, is going to be really valuable. So, definitely check out the show notes. And thank you so much, Anya and Brianna, for putting this together. I know it's a tremendous amount of work, you know, grabbing all these people together and putting this summit together. It's just a wonderful blessing, a wonderful offering for folks. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you for being part of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're excited. We love connecting with women, and it's another chance not only for our participants to connect and hear their stories, share their stories, learn, but also for the coaches too, because it's a big educational party for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Thank you both so much.